My name is Greg Noire. I'm a live music and portrait photographer based in Houston, Texas, but I be traveling. This is my Pelican case, and this is what's in my bag. The first thing I want to introduce is my workhorse, which is my A1 II, this bad boy. The A1 was already a masterpiece, but this camera here, this is like my new everyday, because I shoot music all the time. I'm able to capture so many frames per second on this bad boy, and on top of that, the resolution is amazing. I'm a real big cropper. I have no shame in that. And the fact that I can crop into an image and make something that was like somewhat wide seem like almost like a portrait style shot is amazing. So aside from the A1 II, my workhorse, I have Workhorse B, which is the A1. And I pretty much love these two bodies like my two children. Like, I typically carry two cameras in a photo pit. I have my 7200 on my right side always because that's just like what I'm used to. So for my tighter, more intimate shots, I'm going here. And on my left side, I might have like a 16-35, which is here. Really great for crowd shots and getting like the scale of a performance. This is typically on my left side. If not that, then I'll have the 28-70, which is amazing. This is a 28-70 2.0, and it's like having a prime lens at each focal length. So it's really cool for shooting an artist directly or getting really cool isolated moments from a crowd. I typically don't use flash when I'm focused on shooting the artist, but I found recently that using a flash on the crowd is actually pretty cool. And while just messing around with this flash, I found out the multi-setting, which lets you do a really cool thing when you're shooting under about 1/10 of a shutter. The flash will pop off multiple times in a frame. So it's like you have multiple exposures on one photograph. It was really cool being able to implement that into how I use this Sony flash. This is my favorite lens of all time, the 7200 2.8 version 2. Version 1 was originally my favorite lens of all time, but it's lighter, which is a huge help for me because I do carry two lenses on my body at all times during like a lengthy festival or a 2 or 3 hour show. So having that weight cut down is excellent. And I just love that I'm able to get really cool, tight, intimate moments of artists because that's the number one thing I'm looking for when shooting performances. I need to get like some kind of emotion. Like, I feel like I didn't succeed if I'm not having the viewer feel what the artist is trying to convey in that photograph. And this lens allows me to do that. Also, I have gaff tape on here because a lot of people shoot Sony at festivals and I don't want to get my gear mixed up. And also sometimes the artist will see these little highlighter tape pieces. So sometimes it's helpful to get them to look directly to camera. I also have a 35-1.4 in here just in case I'm trying to get even more buttery bokeh on a member in the crowd. I also have a rocket blower to blow the dust out of my camera bodies. And I also have these. They look like flasks, but they actually carry memory cards. So very helpful. And lastly, for my lenses, I have this 135-1.8, and this lens is beautiful. And I typically use this when I feel like I got what I needed and I need a little bit more. So if I have like a checklist in my mind of things that I need, once all bases are covered, I'll whip something like this out and get some more dreamier portraits because this thing at 1.8 creates one of the most beautiful types of images I've ever had the pleasure of capturing. So this is something that doesn't ever leave my Pelican case. I also have my lens filters. I might pull out like a confetti filter, which is really awesome. A confetti filter kind of like streams light in different directions based on the placement of the artist. If there's a spotlight, I'll typically try to place myself in a position that has the spotlight right behind them, and it kind of pushes out different types of colorful rays around their head. It's a really cool look. I use a star filter every now and then if I'm trying to show off some specific details about an artist or an artist's accessories, like maybe really cool shiny earrings or a guitar. And a very necessary piece that will never leave my Pelican is my earplugs. Tinnitus is real, and having custom molds is kind of expensive, but hearing loss is probably a little bit more expensive. So I never enter a photo pit without having this in both ears. And here I have gaff tape and some body caps, just in case I lose the ones that I have. And very necessary, I have a battery charger, it's dual slotted. Very necessary when you need to charge on the go, and a lot of batteries. So many batteries, just all the batteries. Very necessary. And I keep this in my Pelican because the person who gave me a shot at my first in-house festival in 2014 at Lollapalooza made this for the photo team. So it's just a really cool keepsake to keep with me. Lens wipe, necessary. And every now and then I get some BTS video, and it's just really cool to have a handy cam with you at all times. It's very small, you can put it in your pocket if you need to. Rain sleeve, when it rains, put it over your camera. Very necessary to keep your stuff dry. So that's all I have in my bag. You can find my work at gregnoire.com or my Instagram. My account is Greg Noire. Yeah, that's